Hello, this is Alexandra Raya speaking. First, I would like to thank you for your attention and participation in my lecture. And I would also like to thank the conference's curatorial team for the invitation and the organizing department for their support. What is the Everywhen? Is it the same as deep time, as discussed in scientific discourses surrounding the Anthropocene that do not only refer to geological time? As not only known from Maori indigenous cultures, the terms everywhen and deep time mean the same thing. Here, the everywhen has a beginning that never ends. Does deep time contain past information as well as future imaginations in the present? Do the past, the present, and the future influence each other? If so, what is the process of its arising? Does it occur within a space-time, an everywhen that can coincide on itself? What is its essence or its consequence? Is it emptiness or is it entropy that arises? And can human consciousness access such everywhen? Skin Flats is an image video wall installation that aims at evoking an immersive state of perception in the recipient. You are currently watching a video sequence from it. Today, I would like to introduce you to my investigation into its creation processes in the light of positions from phenomenology and cognitive sciences, with special consideration given to embodied cognition theory. Skin flats started from close-ups of skin. Blurry photographs showed up. They were created through the accidental use of the camera. In a solely formal approach, these self-portraits were transformed into abstract images of flat, geometric, and simultaneously fuzzy character. That is what led to the project title. Then they were arranged as triples, as you can see in the video. Ultimately, they see themselves as empty pieces, elaborated from an aspiration to let non-individual work emerge, not least in a questioning of the artist as a genius, an approach to creating art that has accompanied me for many years. In its beginnings, Skin Flats followed the approach of exploring emptiness. It focused on letting it appear, and nothingness between things. Does emptiness have a form? Can it be given a form? Can it be contained in another form if it itself does not have any form? And how does emptiness act in time? 4 video pieces were created. First, the approximately 15 minutes 4K loop, then its parts 1, 2, and 3. Without any dramaturgical ambition, a classic fade into black and back was used to create an ever-same form of transition, leading from one still to the next, into an endless duration without any change of rhythm in time. When playing simultaneously, the 4 loops are nevertheless never simultaneous. Not least due to a cancer diagnosis, followed by severe emotional turmoil, including the fear of death and the utter helplessness in the face of the paradox of the proven need to cultivate hope, to strengthen health and healing, only to ultimately have to let go, whether one survives illness or not. Meditation on emptiness lost none of its significance, but at the same time, the topic virtually reversed itself within a fraction of an instant, as if the duration of an artistic development process was reduced to zero. An unexpected plot point, a thunderstorm-like turn had occurred, which at the same time felt so light and transparent in its logic as it appeared in a sudden and abrupt way, as if through a kind of acceleration. Finally, the exploration of emptiness completely lost its actual meaning, and perceiving fullness as abundance now definitely gained vast priority over the search for emptiness. Scientists are currently referring to histories of temporality rather than to the term time. This shift in perspective supports the understanding that time cannot be viewed as a phenomenon independent of human configurations and perceptions. Temporalities are to time what materialities are to matter, a blurring or fuzziness. This raises questions about the simultaneity and interrelationship between natural, organic, and lifetime on the one hand, and a mechanistic, synchronized, and chronological organization of time on the other. How do different time regimes coexist contemporaneously? Among others, it was not least Deleuze who reintroduced Henri Bergson's ideas on space and time into contemporary philosophy. Bergson's proposals are not so far away from quantum physics. Space and time are abstractions, pure illusions. Maori understand humans as beings who travel back to the future, while the present unfolds as a continuum leading into the past. An indigenous Maori conception of time can best be described as polychronic, relating simultaneously to the given local environment and to the specific tribe. Maori knowledge concerning the origin and relationships of material things can be visualized as a series of coordinates arranged upon a collapsed time-space genealogical framework. According to the embodiment theory of cognitive science, we physically integrate beliefs and assumptions that we derive from our cultural backgrounds and social environments, and we embody them. At the same time, the assumption is that social cultural embodiment influences environments. In positive psychology, it is a long-established premise that changes in attitudes can be achieved through mental training. Ultimately, they can change biological states, for example, physical health. Today, scientists from a wide range of disciplines acknowledge that experiences and ideas do influence the biology of our brain and our physical conditions. The study carried out by the Weizmann Laboratory for Brain Imaging and Behavior at the University of Wisconsin-Madison provided evidence-based proof on the effects of meditation techniques on neuronal plasticity. It is still viewed as groundbreaking. It is very likely that the brain developed from the ENS. There are indications that internal body signals, not only via the gut-brain axis, but for example also from the heart, activate a sense of the so-called self. Therefore, many contemporary scientists no longer see the brain as the origin of consciousness. Rather, it is fed from the entire body at every moment. Realization may not always take the form of acceleration, as I have the impression of experiencing it. But if so, what is it that arises when such acceleration occurs? Is it the void? The findings from observing the creation process of skin flats led me to the conclusion that there is no emptiness, only the void and its abundance. They can be experienced, both of them, and they can be experienced simultaneously through interconnection. As an intentional instance, interconnection can be understood as connectedness. Creating the specific does have an impact. Or, as chaos theory puts it, what we do affects everything and everyone, even if only in the tiniest way. When a butterfly flaps its wings, a breeze goes round the world. The artistic installation Skin Flats understands itself as an approach to immersive experience in the context of shifting temporalities, trying to evoke sensual glimpses of experiencing interconnection in recipients by taking them on a journey into their individual Everywhen. The artistic research project Skin Flats dedicates itself to the uniqueness of that spark of realization that never existed, as it is gone while perceiving it, and which does not exist yet, as it is an imagination. Thank you very much for your attention.